Hello Pisces, I'm Christy, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot, and this is your reading for the week ahead from whenever it's found you. So as always, when something I say resonates, or you know it will in the future, because obviously it hasn't happened yet, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and also please know I'll never reply to your comments telling you to message me through WhatsApp. That's not me doing that. So block, report, or ignore them, but just know it's not me. Let's get on with your reading. What is happening for the beautiful Pisces for the week ahead from whenever it's found you? Five of Wands firstly. King of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Trouble in Paradise. Just came through. Queen of Wands. Okay, so as always I'll talk you through these cards first and then clarify and get more out of them. Firstly, Five of Wands is the reason I kind of said Trouble in Paradise, because King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles next to this. Divine counterparts. So a lot of you are in a connection or coming into a partnership with someone that's very similar to you and has very similar like ideals or very similar priorities. They think the same way about life and the world as you do. You're both on the same page basically. And you're looking at each other. The way these are sitting on my desk, it's like this. So you're looking at each other, but then you also have Five of Wands here of like fighting, tug of war. So it could just be like a power battle, because you're used to being queen and they're used to being king, or you're used to being king, queen, whatever way it goes, take it as it resonates. It just seems like you're either on each other's team fighting everyone else, or it's like, oh, we'll fight each other instead because not much is going on. Especially with Queen of Wands here, which is very like fiery. Some of you have lots of fire in your chart, or just, I don't know why I'm getting a need to prove your strength or a need to prove your resilience. Yeah, I don't know where this is coming from. I think the only thing I can put it down to is power struggle. It could even be a platonic one. This could be a connection with a friend or a co-worker that is very similar to you again, but that's why you butt heads. Is you butt heads because you're both, you see yourselves in this person and this person sees themselves in you without wanting to admit that. Queen of Wands here, there could also be someone else involved. It's like, I don't know why, it's like they're the peacemaker, or they're like, break it up you two, and you're like, but, oh, I just got you like fighting with them. So someone you like fighting with, maybe it's just banter. Clarify Five of Wands. Clarify Five of Wands for Pisces. The Hermit. That's a confusing combination. Five of Wands is fighting and battling and drama, and the Hermit is like isolation, inner healing. You're wise enough to know that if something upsets you, if you're in an argument or a disagreement with someone and something they say cuts your, like, you know, cuts you open and you're like, oh, that hurt. You're wise enough to know that that's like, oh, it must ring true, or at least you believe something they're saying to be true, if that makes sense, right? Like, and it also could be the case that they don't really mean what they're saying, but their words ring home for you, and yeah, there's something that is actually you're going to be wise enough to go within and heal something and look at it as to why it's hurt you, or you might trigger someone else in something you say for them to do this, because it's just, the Hermit for me is deep inner healing and a spiritual journey that's just is prioritizing how you feel and finding a place of calm where it doesn't really matter what anybody says to you. Nothing would bother you because you already have discovered yourself so deeply and know yourself and the reasons why you are a certain way, and you know why certain things upset you, and you're not hiding. You're like, sometimes we can feel something upsets us and run away from it, whereas you're the type of person that something upsets you, you go towards it to look at it deeper with a lantern and look at it closely and go, why is this so like hurtful to me? Where does this come from? You look into things deeper than most people. Or with Five of Wands here, it could also be you doing that. If there's someone that you're fighting with, disagreeing with, or really don't like. Have you ever really not liked someone and you're just like, why is this? Because they've not necessarily done anything in particular to make me not like them, but there's just something about them that irritates. With the Hermit, I think you're then going, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to go within myself to figure out why I've decided I don't like this person. Or it could be, again, someone else. Both of you are doing this. I don't know. Clarify King of Pentacles. Clarify King of Pentacles. You have Justice. There you go. Just like, there's like an unlikely partnership. This enemies to lovers. Oh, like fighting. And then King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, married. Some of you, it's like enemies to lovers dynamic happening here. King of Cups. Clarifying Queen of Pentacles. This is very interesting. On the outside, or like, I don't know how this works, but it's like you and this person are very similar. You're very similar in your like priorities, what you want in life, the way you see the world. I just got the P word come through. Politics. Ugh, politics. You're very much on the same wavelength with someone. But then on the inside, so on the outside, like the things, you know, that are important to you and you speak about and that you prioritize. On the inside, you're King of Cups and you're more emotional, and they're a Queen of Wands and they're more passionate and fiery. So on the outside, you're both on the same page. On the inside, you're both very contrasted and masculine. One of you is masculine on the outside, but feminine on the inside, as is always the way. And again, feminine on the outside, masculine on the inside. Funny that the Justice card came out also of like balance, harmony. Like the most masculine men are always the most feminine on the inside, and most feminine women are so masculine on the inside. There's that balance. It's just how it works. Anyways, so you and this person are opposites attract on the inside, but the things that you speak about, or the things like the way you live your life is a good way to put it. The way you live your life and the life you hope to live and are working on building and creating, you and this person are on the same wavelength. You want the same things in this world. But you also, yeah. You're very strange to them, and they're very strange to you, because they may have never met someone with the King of Cups, you know, energy, and you've never met someone with the Queen of Wands energy. That contrasts the outside appearance so much. To be a Queen of Pentacles but a King of Cups at heart. Both of you are maybe quite materialistic, right? Luxury, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. You want really nice things. That's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let anyone tell you that's not good. You can have what you want in this life. You can go after what you want and create whatever makes you happy and safe and feels good. Do you. It's not a bad thing. So yeah, on the outside you both might be very... You want fancy cars or a fancy house and all that jazz. And then on the inside you're so like down to earth and loving and empathetic and balanced. You aren't easily shaken with this King of Cups. But then people could misjudge you and be like, oh, you're a Queen of Pentacles, you're a bit like snobby, or you're a bit posh, or whatever it may be. Like, you're not very grounded. And it's like, no, actually you're the most grounded there is. And you have a heart to match. I don't know why I'm getting you one more card. It's like an enemies to lovers situation that happens because you're so different, but you're also so similar, and it's really interesting because I don't know how to put it any better than that. But Justice here, are you getting married? Or something's balancing out and healing. If there's been arguments, if there's been something around court, justice will be had. Things are going to happen. Things are going to balance out. Your emotions as well, with the King of Cups. They're coming back into a very calm, stable place. Knight of Swords is speed. Ten of Cups, happily ever after on the bottom to ground everything. I don't know why I'm getting when in doubt, do it yourself. Some of you could be moving into like a more, I'll save myself, I'll sort this out myself kind of mindset, or that's what you're leaving behind and someone else wants to help you. This is Knight in Shining Armor card is why I'm saying that. And so the fact that there's like a prominent energy here of enemies to lovers, and the Knight of Shining Armor is the card that's standing away from everything else. It could be like this switch happening in a dynamic between you and someone else where you're like, oh, this person and I don't get on, we clash, we don't like each other. And then with Justice and Knight of Swords, something shifts where either you help this person, save this person's life in a certain way, or they save your life in a certain way. And it, like, there's a weird shift in a connection between you and someone else. It doesn't have to be romantic, but enemies to lovers kind of feels romantic, but there's no better way to put it. It could just be enemies to best friends, enemies to, you know, good friends. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. I'm going to wrap this reading up here. Thank you so much for watching. If anything I said resonated, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you when I see you.